Welcome back. This is Retirement News Online. I'm Scott Drake. Conventional retirement planning advice always suggests to invest sensibly, just keep saving, and then delay retirement as long as possible. All sound advice, but one thing that needs to be considered always is how to generate income. Here to talk about this is my guest, Steve Hazel in Tempe, Arizona. Steve, welcome back. Let's begin by talking about how you typically transition a portfolio to retirement.
Well, that's a great question, Scott. Thank you for having me here today. And also, in regards to transitioning a portfolio to retirement, up to retirement, people are just focused on really one thing, which is just accumulation, making their portfolio grow as much as possible. But as you get closer to retirement, and actually in retirement, what becomes important is what's called the sequence of returns, or a lot of people experienced this in 2008, taking a loss right before they're planning on retiring. So positioning your portfolio for some guarantees or taking a little bit less risk as you approach retirement and the first few years of retirement is critical towards planning for retirement income.
So Steve, with regards to drawing down assets when it comes time, one of the, I guess, tried and true methods is called the 4% rule. Is that still valid?
Well, the 4% rule was developed, basically, first of all, the 4% rule is simply that you can take 4% of your portfolio throughout your retirement lifetime. And is it still valid? Maybe, but probably not. It was developed during a time when interest rates were much higher on fixed income investments than they are today. And people are living much longer than what that portfolio was originally designed for. So the 4% rule is a general rule of thumb, but individual needs are important to consider when you're putting together a retirement income plan.
So more and more Americans these days will be depending more on their Social Security income. How do you know when to start claiming?
Well, again, that's another important question to answer as you put together your retirement income plan. Knowing when to claim Social Security in regards to your other assets or income sources is critical because Social Security is taxed, which a lot of people don't know, depending on what your income level is and where you're drawing your income sources from. So having several different sources of income, Social Security included, is important to consider to minimize taxation, because if you can minimize taxation, you will make your assets last longer.
Well, Steve, finally, retirees, it's no secret, are living a lot longer, but studies seem to show that most of them have not saved enough. How do you handle that situation?
Well, absolutely. People are living longer. Longevity risk is one of the key risks to retirement planning. So looking at the fact that people live long, we want to make sure that we use some sort of guarantees to make sure that they don't outlive their money, or that we cover their basic needs at least with some sort of guaranteed income source, so that they have some reliability and predictability as they approach their retirement years.
Great, Steve. Thanks again.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate the time.
My guest has been Steve Hazel in Tempe, Arizona, and you're watching Retirement News Online.